back here at the World Gym Arena, and here come the Renegades of Wrestling. This faction has been very impressive, and they've been doing a lot, causing a lot of chaos here. We're going to see our first look at one of their members, Big Dex.
Yeah, Big Dex, man. I mean, he's been chomping at the bit to just get in the ring and show what he can do. And now, just being with this young faction, the Renegades of the Row, he has a chance tonight to, hopefully like these lights, getting back in action, a chance to shine.
How motivated is this man, Zack Mason?
Yeah, man, Zack Mason is a kid that's definitely looking to get the redemption, payback tonight here at this big show that we got here, man. He's alive here, and right now, look at him, he's on the big screen.
Well, not only is he on the big screen, he has a big tag team partner. We saw him recently in the main event of the Reality of Wrestling Restart a few weeks ago. He is a former Reality of Wrestling television champion. He is Will Allday.
Hey, man, Will Allday. I mean, you know what that means? That means this kid's putting in the work all day long. I mean, this 6-month layoff, 5-month layoff. I look at this kid and I say, man, I've never seen him look better in the ring as well as out of the ring. Will Allday comes to play.
Absolutely, and we want to thank everybody for coming to our very first Reality Wrestling Drive-In Wrestling show. If you're out there in the parking lot, turn your headlights on. Let's get a little more light.
I mean, come on, turn them up.
Let's turn the headlights on, point them at the ring, because this is going to be something that you're going to want to see and not miss. Will all damn day.
The kid's a star, man. I got to give it to him. You know, and I tell you, he wasn't one of my favorite. He was the guy in the locker room that I spotted and said, hey, man, this guy's going to be something special. But I tell you, he's made me a believer. Just check him out. Look at the body language. That says everything.
Well, confidence is never lacking when it comes to Will Allday, but he has the goods to back it up. You want to talk about someone who should be confident, Zack Mason. Zack Mason won the first ever single-night tournament here in Reality of Wrestling history. He rose to wrestling royalty. And that is where really, Booker, all this started, as we might see Warren Johnson and Zack Mason start this out.
You know, what I like about this, man, this is Reality Wrestling, the young minds of Reality Wrestling. Reality Wrestling, I mean, the youngest roster in professional wrestling. And I tell you, these guys go out and do it at a very high level, so just sit back, guys. Again, I hope you got your popcorn.
And now Warren Johnson didn't even get into an entanglement.
Man, but look at Dex, man. Dex has everything. You look at that box. He checks every box. He doesn't look like a bodybuilder or anything like that. He just looked like an athlete. I mean, look at it. Raw, boom.
Big Dex was a highly scouted college recruit for football. He was a star athlete. Made the transition into professional wrestling, but really could have gone into any sport that he wanted to. He's just got the athletic build to him.
Look at that side headlock right there. I mean, he's got this headlock in tight. He's got it locked in deep. But right now, Zack's trying to fight out.
Zack Mason definitely fighting out. Look at that, big shoulder block.
All right, you got it.
And when do you see Zack Mason get outpowered?
No, I mean, Dex, he looked like he was coming off the line right there. I mean, I'm talking about Lawrence Taylor style. I mean, normally when Lawrence Taylor came up that corner, somebody was going to get hit.
Somebody was going to get it. Look at that.
No,
wow.
That boot right there was what I call stiff. It was snug.
He definitely felt every bit of it. He's feeling those as well.
You know, one shot like that make you go down. That's what Dex proved right there. I mean, I'm in here to pay dividends. I'm in here to show that I'm willing to, do what I got to do to come up. I like guys like that, and I tell you, these young guys, the Renegades of the Row, they're taking over.
Oh! And now Zack Mason feeling the effects from his former tag team partner, Warren Johnson. And what I think about right now, Zack Mason's motivation in this match. He wants to put hands on Warren Johnson, almost did right there. Now he's taking it to Big Dex. Dexter reversal. The power of Dex and the power of Zack Mason.
Get up!
Yeah, man. I mean, look at this.
Tag into Will Allday.
Again, look at Will Allday, man. I mean, you can tell this guy's been working out, and the thing is, he's a student of the game. He's one of those guys that always working on his craft. He's always
Whoa, man, look at that.
always looking to get schooled.
Wow, that was a hell of a lariat from Big Dex. Tag into Warren Johnson. And this is a unique position for both Warren Johnson and Zack Mason. They are former Reality Wrestling Tag Team Champions, and now they find themselves in a tag team contest, but in opposing corners. What's the motivation? What's the mindset book right now?
I mean, if you've been watching, Brad, I mean, it's the oldest story in the book, man. One tag team partner seems to be getting a little bit of, flavor, getting a better look, getting a push, so to speak, and then the partner don't like it, and that's where Warren Johnson seems to be at right now.
Wait a minute, a double dive.
Oh, man.
The Dex into Warren Johnson. They are both laid out flat in front of us. And you just heard Zack Mason. I can hear him from all the way over here. He said, bring him to me.
He said, throw him to me, baby. I want to finish this job right now. Let's do it, and do it now, and do it quick. And I like that. Big shot there.
You know, Zack Mason has thought for months about putting his hands on this man, and he's finally getting a shot. And look at that, Luthez press, some bare knuckles right to the dome.
Ground and pound, baby, ground and pound.
Zack Mason said more tune for your head top. And here comes Big Dex. Big Dex, though, getting a big shot from Zack Mason.
The thing is, Dex ran into that shot, man. The chop. He's a little over anxious right now to get in there and just get in there, just fight.
This is the first time we're seeing him. Great scouting right there. Look at the power. Reversal by Zack Mason. And a big scoop and a slam. Here we go, cover. One. Kick out after one. You see it on Big Dex's face. He is registering exactly what he just got.
Man, I'm going to tell you, that was a huge body slam right there by Zack Mason. I'll tell you, he got him up to the top of the and turned him and then just dropped him.
Will Allday. Wow, with that big knee, that's finished many a man. One. And a kick out after one.
Man, this kid is strong.
Big Dex really coming to play on the big stage.
The balance.
Oh! Will Allday catches him in the chin. Going for another. Wow, look at that.
That's the quickness that right there by this kid all day. When he's dealing with a guy that's got a lot of strength, he better watch himself.
And look at the strength right there, preventing Will Allday, and Will Allday is in a precarious position. Blind tag from Warren Johnson. Oh, man, look at that. Dropping him right on his back of his neck and his head. Will Allday might be out for the count.
I tell you, this kid.
1, 2.
I mean, he doesn't seem to be fancy. He's not trying to do anything pretty, but everything seems to be effective, and I like this young kid.
Impressive in his Reality of Wrestling debut, and now going under the expert tutelage of Warren Johnson, who now seems to be the de facto leader of the Renegades of Wrestling with a high forearm.
I wouldn't say expert tutelage or anything like that.
He's a former tag team champion.
But that doesn't make him an expert or anything like that.
No! That drop kick was put expertly on Will Allday. Here we go, cover 1, 2, and a kick out.
Will Allday right now still got a lot left in the tank, though. You cannot ever for one moment think that this guy is out of it.
I've never seen somebody who lives up to his name as much as Will Allday. Big Dex knocking Zack Mason off the apron.
Get in there, man. Get in there and help your partner, man.
Now the referee trying to get Zack Mason back to the corner. Big Dex, sidewalk slam. Booker, I felt that from in the RV. 1, 2.
This kid is looking good in his debut here at Reality of Wrestling, guy. And I tell you, I don't see too many kids make a debut and look this impressive like Big Dexter has looked tonight. You got to give it up to him.
And a tag. And the thing is, he knows when to tag his partner. He knows how to keep the fresh man in.
Quick tags right there. Maybe he learned something from the expert tutelage of Warren Johnson.
Wait a minute. Cover 1, 2, and a kick out. Warren Johnson now, they're cutting the ring in half. Again, former tag team champion. He knows what he's doing inside the squared circle.
Beautiful work right there. I mean, you got that chin lock in deep. You can tell just by the back muscles right there displayed by Warren Johnson that he's holding on tight, holding on for dear life.
And Zack Mason extending the hand. Will Allday wanting to get there. Now a battle of two men.
I love that right there when you just get into a fight. Oh! Big knee right there.
Ripcord knee.
Nice.
Reversal. Will Allday's got him up on the shoulders.
Look at
that.
Another one.
That one's going to do it. No, it's not. An enziguri by Warren Johnson. A hesitation dropkick from Will Allday.
The hell was that?
Both men down, and Zack Mason is begging. He's itching. He's pleading for the hot tag. Can he get to him? Referee up to a count of 5, and here comes
Here
Zack
we
Mason.
go. Oh, look at him squirm.
Oh! Zack Mason taking down Big Dex. Back elbow. Big drop kick.
Big drop kick, perfect right there. Perfect execution on that drop kick, right below the chin.
A reversal by Dex. Oh, and Dex left him out there. Rookie mistake.
Dex telegraphed that backdrop right there. Oh, he got a taste. Just a little taste. That's all it was.
But a Big Dex right there to stop him.
Yeah, left himself wide open for this young kid right here. You don't want to do this because I think this kid right here is looking for a cover, but he got caught.
And another big scoop slam. Sit down this time.
That's
Cover
it.
1,
That's it.
2, and Warren Johnson there at the last possible opportunity to save it for the Renegades of Wrestling.
Barely got in there to stop that 3 count. And I tell you, we almost had perhaps an upset.
Renegades up!
Chops to the chest.
We got a Donnybrook.
What?
A Donnybrook.
Not exactly sure what it is, but I can match the visual to the word. A Donnybrook indeed. With Big Dex goes to the outside, and Warren Johnson, don't turn around, Warren.
Payback's a mother.
Swing and a miss.
Payback is right here, man. Bang!
Oh, look at that. Wow. That's all. Oh, no. Big Dex coming in here.
What? Who is this?
Who is that? Who is that? He just shoved Will Allday off the apron, distracting Zack Mason. Who is that? Whoop.
I don't know who this is.
Oh, wait a minute. A big low blow from Warren Johnson. And a DDT. That's got to be all.
on, man.
1, 2, 3.
Not
Not
like
this way.
Come on. And somebody's going to have to do something about these young guys, man. It look like they're looking to take over. This is some kind of a coup. These young talent trying to run roughshod here in reality of wrestling.
There comes Richie Rich. There's Rudy Garza. And now, Booker, it looks like there's a 5th man to join the Renegades.
Who is he?
We don't know yet. We're going to probably find out in the coming weeks. But he helped secure a victory for Warren Johnson and a debut at Big Dex.
Come on, man. Come on. We need to get some help out here.
The Renegades continuing their takeover of the reality of wrestling.
For over 13 years, the King of Solar Screens has been an industry leader, and we proudly use 100% American-made products. Home of the $55 any size, any color solar screen.
Well, what about arches?
$55.
What about circles?
$55.
What about rectangles?
$55.
Any size, any color, installed free.
The king of solar screens, on time, every time.
Now can you dig that, sucker?
It is the Diamonds Division Championship on the line. Raychell Rose getting her first crack in a singles environment for that Diamonds Division Championship.
The Rose, what I like to call her, and I tell you, she's definitely standing out here in reality of wrestling, making herself known as being a player, somebody that's looking to rise very, very quickly in reality of wrestling. Just look at her. Just look at her. Confident.
Got a big win over Danny B, which put her in line for this Diamonds Division Championship opportunity. But Booker, here comes the prodigy. The youngest champion in the history of reality of wrestling. Won that title at 17 years of age. She is 18 now, a high school graduate and ready to defend that Diamonds title.
Yeah, man, she got a license, you know what I mean, driver's license, got a car now, and everything's looking up for Rok-C. And I tell you, man, we couldn't have a better representative as the Diamonds champion here in the reality of wrestling than this young one right here.
Well, one fall to a finish. Champion has to be beat by pinfall or submission, disqualification or count out. The title will not change hands here in the reality of wrestling. Now showmanship, show respect from Rok-C. Don't think Raychell Rose is going to oblige that though, Book.
Raychell looked like she's hung out in a lot of bars, you know, coming up. Don't look like she's the type that just want to be friends with some young, you know, prodigy like Rok-C. You know what I mean? This is somebody that she said, man, I want your spot. You know, so I like the attitude.
Well, they say it's not called show friends, it's called show business, right? We're here to work. We're here to get the big checks, the checks on the championships.
Bottom line, man. Bottom line. Beautiful, beautiful headlock right there. I mean, got it locked in deep, got it locked in tight right there by Rok-C. I mean, you can look at the face of the Rose and tell she's in a lot of pain just from this headlock. Oh!
Rok-C had it in there deep and a nice shoulder block, knocking the queen of House Rose down. Nice cartwheel there.
Beautiful
athleticism.
cartwheel.
Look, you remember being a young man. You could do it all in the ring, couldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, I had all kind of moves when I was young, and sometimes, you know, I didn't even know what I was doing. And that's what I say about these young guys. You know, you give them a chance to do something, they do it, and they go, wow. You know, and that's what Rok-C is right
Wait
now.
a minute, though. Wait a minute. Raychell Rose looking like she might have hurt that shoulder that kept her on the shelf for several months.
Collarbone or something as well. I mean, no, it's the shoulder.
She's holding on to that arm. That is the surgically repaired shoulder cuff. Oh, wait a minute, though. Playing a little possum was the queen of House Rose.
Hey, I mean, come on. You got to do what you got to do. I mean, this is a title. This is about the championship. And right there, Rok-C, that was definitely an amateur mistake.
Rok-C, though, Book, even though she's the champion, it doesn't mean she has veteran instincts yet. She is still so young in her professional wrestling career.
I mean, it's just about being nice. Sometimes people are just too nice, and that's the one thing you can't be. Ow! In this business, beautiful drop kick. I mean,
Holds her out to the center of the ring.
This could be it. Get a cover there.
Oh, look at that nonchalant, a count of one.
No, I don't like that right there. I mean,
Now she goes, hooks the leg, count of two.
You're going for the title, you're going for the championship, and now you want to try to get the cover after you had a chance to get it the first time. I mean, come back. You can't go back to the well like that. Come on, Rose.
Raychell stalking her prey. Now Rok-C with a big right forearm to the grill and a kick to match it. Oh, and send her into the bottom turnbuckle. A little bit of retribution there, if you will.
And that was beautifully set up right there. I mean, you could tell she was in perfect position for it. I didn't know exactly what she was going for there, but I tell you, whatever works.
Oh, big slap to the face. Again, the disrespect from Raychell Rose, grabbing her by the hair. Look at that, Book. Just grating her face on that top rope. Elevated knees.
Man.
Chest in the arms. And Rok-C just falling backward.
I tell you, man, I mean, the Rose is definitely putting herself in position to get a big win tonight. I don't know if she's going to get it, but one thing about reality wrestling, anything can happen. We know that.
We absolutely do. We've seen a lot happen in our very first Drive Up Wrestling show, the first in history. We're the first company back with an audience in the United States. Thank you all for coming out here this evening.
I want to apologize for a little technical difficulty here, guys, as well. We definitely will get the monkey out of the wrench for the next one.
And Rok-C trying to come back. The Road Nation was behind her. Not giving her enough energy to get back to a vertical base. We need to hear those horns honking.
Wow. Oh. Another big shot right there by the Rose.
Look, I gotta say, Raychell Rose has really been the one in this match so far, leading the action.
Raychell Rose, like I said, she's been pretty much one step ahead of Rok-C. And like you say, Brad, I mean, Rok-C is still young. She's got to get a little dirt on her.
Oh, and a Fez Prez. Rok-C seeming a little agitated by the actions of Raychell Rose thus far.
Like those little short forearms right there.
Not a lot on him, but if you get enough of it, you're gonna feel it. Rok-C with a big move right there, going for a cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, 2.5.
Wow.
The challenger's still in this thing.
Two.
Rok-C uncharacteristically arguing with the referee, thought she might have had a 3 count. Tells you that frustration is setting in, and Book, I don't think that that's the best emotion to be feeling in a championship match.
You know what? I think it is. I mean, because I was just talking about it. It's the one thing Rok-C seems to not have, and that's a mean streak. Sometimes you got to, scream at something or punch something.
Oh, wow.
Start to feel it. The referee just happened to be in a bad place. Oh, wow.
1, 2, 3. Wow. Very close to a 3 count there.
Wow. What a match.
Both these women laying it all out on the line in our first of 2 main events here this evening. The Diamonds Division Championship up for grabs. And Raychell Rose, Booker, I think has been in a winning position, if you know what I mean. She has been the aggressor. She has led the majority of the offense. She is back to a vertical base, and she is ready to capture championship gold.
I mean, she's doing a lot of talking right. Going for that big slap again, not this time.
But now she's trying to plead her case to Rok-C. Rok-C returns the favor.
Wow.
You want to talk about a mean streak? There was the first bit of it that we've seen in a big DDT.
Wow, that's it.
The Prodigy. 1, 2, 3.
Bang. What a matchup.
Well, the Prodigy successful in her title defense here at the World Gym Arena. That is a lot. I think that is a huge victory, Booker, for her career going forward. You now have the confidence that you can battle back, you can fire up, you can get mean if you have to, whatever it takes.
There's one thing winning a championship, defending it is something totally different. No matter who the opponent is, you try to get a victory that gives you that poke of invincibility. I think that's what Rok-C is.
Absolutely. Big win for the Prodigy here at the Reality of Wrestling.
For over 13 years, the King of Solar Screens has been an industry leader, and we proudly use 100% American-made products. Trust the King with your castle. You'll be glad you did.
Now, I know you can dig that.
There you have it, Houston.
And there he is. And there he's sporting, Booker, that Davidson drip. All these months later, he is still the Hurricane Pro and Wildcat Wrestling heavyweight champion. He's sporting a new look at that. Look at Ryan.
Yeah. You know, one thing about the pandemic, COVID-19 is definitely extended a lot of these guys' title reigns an extra 5 months. And the thing is, a lot of these wrestling companies, they still got to pay these guys. They still got to make sure they get the checks in the mail. Same here, Reality of Wrestling, man. Our Reality of Wrestling champion, Bryan Keith, he's held that championship for 10 months now, but he hadn't had a whole lot of defense under his belt due to the pandemic, so you don't know what kind of shape, Bryan Keith is in. And Bryan Keith, I must say, he's one of those guys that when he's not active, he put on an extra couple of pounds, around the old wastebasket.
Am I gonna get free?
He is the Reality of Wrestling champion, Bryan.
Well, what's the name? It's still the same. Swisha House of Swisha Blast. Here he comes, the Lone Ranger of Reality of Wrestling, Bryan Keith, the Reality of Wrestling champion.
Hey, he got that dope house music playing in the background, but you see he got the poncho on, and he looks like he may have gained a couple of pounds, just from the outset. I don't know if it's muscle.
To me, it looks like 10 pounds, Booker. It looks like the 10 pounds of Reality of Wrestling gold that Bryan Keith has been carrying around for almost a year, nearly 365 days. Bryan Keith has been the champion of this company, and he won it from that very man in the ring.
But there again, he hadn't had a chance to defend it. I mean, Ryan Davidson, this guy, even throughout the pandemic, he has still tried to find ways to find small organizations that he can just beat up on guys. I heard he was thinking about even joining the Raw Underground. So I don't know, man. This guy's definitely somebody always working.
Well, he's still sporting the Davidson drip, and there he is, the Lone Ranger of the Row. But here's the thing, Book. We all thought when Bryan Keith won this championship from Ryan Davidson, it was the luck that night. Lightning struck at the World Gym Arena, and Bryan Keith captured the biggest championship. But that, to me, has turned out to not be the case. Bryan Keith went out there again against Ryan Davidson, and he defended that championship. This man is a fighting champion, and he has earned his position in this company, in this match, at this time.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not saying that, Keith is not deserving of the championship. I'm looking at him right now, and he has that 1,000-yard stare, like most champions, like most gunfighters always have. Take 10 paces and we'll do this thing. So we're going to see exactly what, Bryan Keith is made of here tonight. A guy who was once upon a time sitting out in the audience watching Reality of Wrestling, and then he said, I'm going to make a play, and look at him now. He's the Reality of Wrestling champion.
Referee checking for a full.
Wow. Talking about a mugging. That was a mugging right there. I think the referee incidentally rang the bell. I don't know what the hell's going on, but.
Well, Ryan Davidson obviously still tipping on faux vogues, and he made a drive-by attempt at Bryan Keith.
Ryan Davidson obviously heard something. They must have heard somebody blow their horn or something to take out like that.
Now Bryan Keith saying that he can go, and there's the official bell.
There we go.
And a bear lariat.
There it is.
Wait a minute, bear lariat.
Oh, wow.
But it knocked Bryan Keith to the outside.
Bad luck for Ryan Davidson. He could have got a 3 count right there.
Absolutely. Throwing Bryan Keith back in, going for a cover. New champion, 1, 2, and a throw. Wow, 2.5.
I'll tell you right now, Bryan Keith, he's dazed, he's lackadaisical, and right now if he can hit some kind of big move, I don't care, that bear lariat one more time, maybe that big bear bomb, one of the two, we can get a 3 count.
A Davidson driver, he has many weapons at his disposal, does the ever versatile Ryan Davidson, but now the quickest kicks in the South are coming into play. There's a beautiful drop kick. Bryan Keith recovering from that bear lariat pretty quickly, and he's going for the side effect.
No, you can't get that right now. You can tell Ryan Davidson.
Spinning back heel kick.
Hadn't missed too many meals.
Or any haircut appointments. Sporting a new look as Ryan Davidson. I like it, though.
The thing is, Ryan Davidson has never been a small guy, but he's always been able to go out there and handle himself. He's always been able to, find himself, find his way around the ring. That's what I like about Ryan Davidson. He's a veteran of the sport. He's definitely one of those guys that we call grizzle.
Look, those chops seem to only be firing Ryan Davidson up. He says, thank you, sir. Can I have another? And a big drop kick there to the left knee of Ryan Davidson.
Drop kick. I think they call that the basement drop kick now. Oh, wow.
The body avalanche. Oh, beautiful suplex from the Bear. Going for a cover on Bryan Keith, 1, 2, and a kick out after 2.
Notice with that suplex right there, though, he landed a little bit high on the neck. I wouldn't call it a brain buster or anything like that, but it definitely shocks the body.
And then he followed it up with a kick to the back of the neck to Bryan Keith. I think you might be right, but he's found a strategy. And think about if you hit that Bear lariat in the neck. Almost a 5-knuckle shuffle. 1, 2. Just a fist dropping right in the grill that not even Johnny Dang could fix up after that.
I mean, the thing is, Ted DiBiase, he had the old fist drop like that. Of course, John Cena, the 5-knuckle shuffle. But the Bear, he had a lot of momentum going into that shot. You can tell it's something that inflict a whole lot of pain on a man.
What do we call it, the Bear Claw?
You call it the Bear Claw.
Ryan Davidson with the Bear Claw. And now a back suplex, again, Booker, on the upper shoulders, lower neck of Bryan Keith.
High vertical back suplex, one of my all-time favorite right there. A guy by the name of Magnum TA, he did it the best on that high vertical suplex.
Snapmare takeover. Now, Ryan Davidson looking for a submission maneuver.
Bryan trying to block it. He's trying to block it, but those shots, those little kidney shots there, he's got him in a somewhat of a modified abdominal stretch.
And just rearing back on the neck and the shoulder.
Somewhat of a neck crank as well as a stretch at the same time. But it spells pain.
Absolutely. And I think that Ryan Davidson came in with a game plan. He knows that he was upset before by Bryan Keith. He doesn't want to go again. Oh no, I think he's trying to choke Bryan Keith out. You see his arms are flailing like he's fading, and now he's just putting all the weight that he can into his upper arms around the neck.
Kind of like that Olenek boa constrictor. Olenek is going to be in the ring tonight, taking on Houston's own.
Absolutely. Nobody reps Houston harder, though, than Bryan Keith. He is so proud as a champion for this city, for this company. But right now, he is not in a great position as the champion. He's going to have to get the will of the people and cowboy up.
Well, I tell you right now, the strategy is called leaning on your opponent. That's what Ryan doing right now. He's just trying to zap all the energy out of Bryan Keith. And there again, we don't know what kind of shape these guys are in, but we're going to find out here tonight.
Oh, ow! Man! Forearms. Now Bryan Keith, like I said, Book, he's looking to cowboy up the master of the rodeo DDT.
Oh, wow!
A discus punch to the face. Oh, and a return shot.
Nice little forearm there, maybe a little bit closer to her elbow.
And a tilt-the-world rodeo DDT. Booker, that's the rodeo DDT.
He's got to cover him, though.
If Bryan Keith can get over to the cover, he will retain the Reality Wrestling Championship. But it looks like all of his energy has been sucked out of him in this Texas night.
Like I tell you, no, it was Ryan Davidson. Like I say, he was leaning on that man. He was trying to zap the energy out of Bryan Keith. And a big move like that, it takes a whole lot to pull off something like that, my man.
Both men back to a vertical base. The quickest kicks in the South coming into play. A knife-edge chop to the challenger.
Big chop, big kicks.
Oh, there it is. There's that side effect. He went for it earlier. 1, 2.
Oh, wow.
Something that quick, something that explosive, that can retain the championship for Bryan Keith.
I have to do a little bit more than that to keep this man down, to keep his shoulders to the mat.
Well, he's going for a second rodeo DDT, but it looks like Ryan Davidson blocking it. Bryan Keith trying to weaken him now. Oh, what is he doing here?
Going for some kind of big suplex, but this is a big man to try to pull something off like that with Brad.
That is not a good game plan from Bryan Keith, and Bryan Keith giving up on it.
He's going for it.
Oh, Ryan Davidson shifting his weight.
That could be a broken rib.
Oh, roll up 2.
Wow.
Whoa. Booker, a lot has just happened in the last 30 seconds, and now a big knee.
He's out. Cover him, man. Cover him.
Ryan Davidson does not know where he is right now. And I don't know why he didn't take your advice, heed your advice, and go for a cover.
He's going for that rodeo. He's going to try to call the cows. He's calling up the hogs. He's calling up the hogs.
But Davidson driver. Can he capitalize? Going over for a cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. Wow. A kick out after 2 from Ryan Davidson. People loving what they're seeing. We're hearing the horns honk at the World Gym Arena. Ryan Davidson now booked. What is he doing?
I don't think he's going to. He's not going to try that. He's not going to go up to the top and drop that Davidson bomb.
He needs to move that poncho so he doesn't slip on it. And that might have staggered him. Brian Keith able to get the upper hand, knocking him off the ropes. And now Ryan Davidson's teetering on the apron. What is Brian Keith doing?
Ryan Davidson looked desperate right there, trying to get up to that top rope. What was he thinking, man?
He was going for whatever he possibly could. He's already hit this man with a bear lariat.
Oh, right on the chin. Right on the chin. This is it.
And now, third time's a charm. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, 2.5. The champion. Not enough to beat the challenger.
Wow. I cannot believe Brian Keith dug that deep to pull off that back suplex right there.
Off another rodeo, but a jumping Enziguri catching the challenger behind the ears.
Raised the head.
And another.
Caught a second one right there. I tell you, man, Brian Keith looks like he's in great shape. He's defending the championship.
And a 4th time.
Just like a champion. And I tell you, man, he looks invincible.
That was shades of ECW's Taz with that back suplex. And now a bear lariat though, Booker.
He
that
ran
knocked
right
him out.
into it, that momentum.
That knocked him out.
No.
Oh, what? A kick out after 1.
Wait a minute. Brian Keith, look, something's going on, man. I don't know what's going on there. Brian Keith is hurt.
Brian Keith kicked out it after a 1 and jumped up and fell right back down. He looks almost dazed and out of it. Davidson driver. I don't think that Brian Keith is with us right now. 2. And a kick out though, that has to be muscle memory.
That's just instinct. That's what that is right there. That's just instinct. I don't think this man, the referee might need to do something here. The referee may have to wherewithal the understanding and know how to just stop it, because I don't think Brian Keith knows where he's at right now. I think something needs to be done.
Look, Brian Keith barely moving. I think that you're right. I think the referee needs to check on the champion. There might need to be a stoppage to this. But now, the bear climbing back up to the ropes. What he did before. Booker, what is he doing? Brian Keith laying down the bear. Oh my God, spinning moonsault. 2, 3. We have a new Reality of Wrestling champion for the 2nd time in his career.
We need to get some help out here, guys. We need to get somebody in the ring to look after Brian Keith. Something's not right here. Something's not right, guys.
Brian Keith is not with it. He has barely moved. But Ryan Davidson, Booker, the story right now with that. Let's look at it again. A replay brought to you by the King of Solar Screens. Look, Brian Keith laying there. Ryan Davidson up at the top rope in a spinning frog splash. 1, 2, 3.
Get some guys out here, man. We need to get some guys out here with Brian Keith. This guy doesn't look like he doesn't have his faculties together right there. It doesn't seem like he's all there. He defended the championship honorably, but come on, man, come on.
Look at that Davidson drip right now. Ryan Davidson, Booker, this is the story as well. He is the new Reality of Wrestling champion. And there's Jonathan Vega. He and Brian Keith, longtime friends. I do not like the scene that we're seeing right now. Brian Keith. There goes Ryan Davidson, the pair, again at the top of the rope.
Y'all know the champions now!